So, what inspired you to move from sales and marketing into the world of PR and storytelling?
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's interesting because as I was working in sales, I noticed that there's gaps in marketing. And then as I moved into marketing, I noticed that there's gaps in trust building. And that's what PR, I gradually, well, naturally fell into PR. But PR, it taught
Mhm.
me influence with integrity. And I wanted to move beyond conversations into what actually shape culture and inspire purpose driven growth.
And what is the biggest myth about people believe about getting featured in Forbes or Entrepreneur?
Yeah, so the biggest myth I would say is that getting featured equals instant success. However, in reality, it's what you do after the feature and how you're able to leverage it to build that authority that opens doors and n- nature of and the nature of your audience that determines ROI.
And
Mhm.
also, you have said PR is not just about chasing headlines; it's about alignment. So, share with us one headline trap entrepreneurs should avoid.
Yeah. One headline trap is a lot of people feel like, hey, this is going to make me viral, right? So don't chase virality, chase value. Clickbait
Mhm.
fades. And the end of the day, credibility compounds. So everything is building your reputation online. What are you going to do to ensure that people remember you?
So, folks, you have tuned into TGV and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording. And we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak. And here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. And we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. I'm your host, Navin Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. So, folks, we are joined by Anna Tran. She is a strategic PR consultant and founder of Level Up with Anna, where she helps entrepreneurs and brands share their stories with authenticity and, most importantly, impact. With over 15 years in sales and marketing and 3 years in PR, Anna has helped her clients land features in Forbes, Entrepreneur, and top podcasts, all while staying true to their values. She believes real PR is not about hype, but it's about heart, purpose, and alignment. So, Anna, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. And before we get started, talk to us about why should our audience tune into this episode and spend their valuable time with us.
Mm, absolutely. So for this conversation, I hope to have a meaningful conversation together and just deliver value on communication itself, especially in today's age. Everything is moving so fast paced. There's social media. There's a lot of people popping up. How do you stand out from all the noise? And how do you stay true to yourself and your story? So I hope to deliver that in this conversation with you.
Excellent. So, folks, today we are going to have an interesting conversation on the topic at hand, from invisible to in demand, the PR playbook with Anna Tran. But before we get started, here is an exciting twist. As always, let us tickle our guest's brain first. So, Anna, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'll mention a few and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you're ready, let's dive right in.
Okay, a little nervous. Okay, let's do this.
Okay, it will be very easy. And let me begin with my first word, curiosity.
Curiosity is a good one. It's the birthplace of every good idea.
Wow, I loved it. Invention.
Invention, the
Yes.
reward for staying curious long enough.
Future.
Feature. I would say that's faith in motion because you got to have faith to put yourself out there.
Universe.
Universe. I love divine algorithm. Everything is connected.
Everything is connected. Awesome.
Mhm.
Authenticity.
Authenticity. The currency of influence.
Leadership.
Leadership is service, not a spotlight.
Success.
Oh, success is a huge one. It's a equation. So it's peace plus purpose equals profit.
Wow. And then PR.
Oh, PR. I love this one. Strategic storytelling that shifts perception.
Wow. And the last but one is visibility.
Visibility is always alignment made seen.
Okay. Here comes the last one.
Mm.
Aliens.
Aliens. Probably
Yeah.
just great communicators we haven't pitched to yet.
Good one. I loved all your responses and thank you so much for participating in the first rapid fire round so sportively. And there is one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode, so stay tuned. And
Mhm.
Anna, hearty welcome. Welcome once again to TGV. And thank you so much for being part of our journey in shaping the careers and lives of millions across the globe. So let's get started with the mainstream questions. So firstly, I would like to ask you, who is your guiding voice?
That's a very deep question, I would say, because guiding voice, it could be your inner voice. However, for myself, my guiding voice is God. So his compass, and I see business as a form of stewardship. And every decision I make is filtered through the purpose of integrity and impact and serving others.
Mhm. And can you share your success mantra, as in top three things that have contributed to your success so far?
Yeah, I mean, success is something that is different to everybody. So for myself, the three biggest contributor is, being faith-based resilience. And what that means is I don't move from fear, I move with conviction, no matter
Mhm.
what it is. And second one is just relationship capital. So PR is built on genuine connection, not transaction. And the last one would be adaptability, especially in this ever changing space. I stay ahead of trends, but grounded in timeless principles. So having clarity and being able to tell stories and serve others that aligns with values.
Excellent.
Mhm.
And Anna, you have spent years helping brands get noticed. So, what inspired you to move from sales and marketing into the world of PR and storytelling?
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's interesting because as I was working in sales, I noticed that there's gaps in marketing. And then as I moved into marketing, I noticed that there's gaps in trust building. And that's what PR, I gradually, well, naturally fell into PR. So sales taught me being able to communicate, right? And then marketing taught me attention building. But PR, it taught
Mhm.
me influence with integrity. And I wanted to move beyond conversations into what actually shape culture and inspire purpose driven growth.
Mhm. Yeah, so you're saying it is purpose-driven growth, and
Mhm.
many see PR as publicity, but why do you call it as purpose-driven visibility? And what does that really mean in practice?
Yeah. So, what it really means is it's just showing up where your calling meets your audience. Visibility without alignment is just noise nowadays. Purpose driven visibility is a strategy guided by truth. And you can't fake true connection, especially if you're making public relations is making a relationship with your target audience. So it builds a brand that lasts because it's rooted in something real.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Mhm.
Share with us your aha moment when you realize that authentic storytelling beats flashy marketing every time.
Absolutely. So, Naveen, I'm not sure if you've, landed on somebody's profile and you're like, oh my gosh, this person looks like they're living the dream. But there's always an inkling in the
Yeah,
back of your mind. You're like, okay, how true is this? So,
right.
um, for myself, the aha moment was it was when I saw a client's life change after we shared her raw story of failure before success. Because that moment reminded me of how transparency attracts trust. And trust is the most
Mhm.
powerful PR strategy in the world. Because when we're working with these leaders and amazing thought leaders, like in their field, they're afraid to put themselves out there because they don't want to associate themselves with these flashy type of people out there, right? So I got to help them realign, and then it was a repeating pattern for me. So, I'm not sure if you resonate with that, but I do come across that
No,
quite
no,
a
I
bit.
absolutely resonate with that, especially in this world where every person is becoming a TEDx speaker and also getting so many awards and all, right? So we rarely find which is authentic and all, right? So I completely resonate with you. And moving to the next one, what is the biggest myth about people believe about getting featured in Forbes or Entrepreneur?
Yeah, so the biggest myth I would say is that getting featured equals instant success. However, in reality, it's what you do after the feature and how you're able to leverage it to build that authority that opens doors, and n- nature of and the nature of your audience that determines ROI. So you have to have an idea or kind of like a strategy in place to leverage that publicity in the first place. And when I say publicity, I don't mean like in a flashy way. It's just, having that stamp of approval on these major platforms that not a lot of people get the chance to. So what are you going to do with that? Are you gonna be a one-hit wonder, or are you gonna use that to go into the next level of your business development or your brand development?
Hmm. Got it. And also,
Mhm.
you have said PR is not just about chasing headlines, it's about alignment. So, share with us one headline trap entrepreneurs should avoid.
Yeah. One headline trap is a lot of people feel like, "Hey, this is gonna make me viral," right? So, don't chase virality, chase value. Clickbait
Hmm.
fades, and the end of the day, credibility compounds. So everything is building your reputation online. What are you going to do to ensure that people remember you?
Right, right.
Mhm.
Got it. Also, share three rookie mistakes people make when pitching themselves to the media.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, something like this, Naveen. I'm not sure if you've had any experience pitching yourselves, but it could be, or even tried to. It could be kind of scary at times putting yourselves out there and experiencing, no replies or even rejections. So
Yeah.
at with these mistakes, I find is making it about themselves and not the story. So when you're reaching out to a
Mm.
publisher or an editorial team, what have you, make sure to do your research first on what they are specializing in as well, what types of stories that they publish, and not making it about them yourself. Put them first and make their lives easier. And then second, once you've identified that, sending don't wanna send a generic, one size
Hmm.
fits all pitches. You wanna do a little deep
Right.
dive and understand, okay, they write about this piece, this is their pattern, how can I fit and add value to their audience? And then the third one is just failing to connect their message to cultural relevance. So, how is this editorial ready? How is this a good or unique story that is relevant to their audience in the first place? And then,
Hmm.
yeah, those would be the three biggest mistakes: is making it about yourself or
Yeah.
sending it generically or just failing to connect.
Yeah. I think you have nailed it. Especially, I get these kind of pitches wherein they talk more about themselves, not about adding value to the community, right? Because every day, at least 2 to 3 pitchings happen globally, and I'm very selective. I don't really feature anybody just like that until and unless I find that person is credible and has something to offer. So those are excellent things that you have pointed out. And moving to the next one, how do you help entrepreneurs uncover the media worthy stories hidden in their everyday experiences?
Mm, the hidden story in their everyday experiences. So when I work with a leader, I would say I would help them first identify through the line between what they've overcome and
Hmm.
what they teach or sell. And that intersection is pure media gold. It's human, it's powerful, and it's relatable because whoever it touches, whoever it resonates with, now it's helping them bridge the gap if they're in that same situation.
Hmm. Right.
Mhm.
Got it. And let's assume if a small brand wants to stand out in a noisy digital world, what is the one story angle they should start with?
This is a really good one, I mean. I really like this one because, a lot of the times people feel like, "Hey, their story is not good enough." However, if you stick to your truth and understand the story of why you started, that conviction behind your brand is powerful. That's the emotional
Hmm.
hook that audiences remember long after making marketing fades.
Hmm. Got it.
Mhm.
And many times people get confused between personal branding as well as PR, right? So could you highlight the biggest differences between those two, and also how can the two work together?
Absolutely. So it's about understanding consistency when you are branding, like who are you branding for? And PR is the
Mhm.
foundation. So how the world perceives that consistency. And together it creates brand equity. So it's continuously building your reputation. Your reputation is in motion and what you put out there and how you gather feedback of your audience and adjusting your communication with them helps because it is building a long-term relationship. So that's why brand building is gathering feedback. It's like a two-way conversation digitally
Mm.
nowadays. And you see a lot of great people doing it, like yourself, right? So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and then you just build from that.
right, absolutely.
Mhm.
And today we are in the era of viral news and clickbait. So I'm curious to understand, how do you keep authenticity at the center of your work?
Yeah. So I mean, you being on the online space, you probably get a bunch of emails with clickbait in it, and it doesn't when you open it, you're like, "Okay, why did I open it?" Right? So, uh, keeping it authentic at the end of the day in this era is, crucial just by never confusing attention with impact. I'd rather have 100
Mm,
people deeply moved by my message than 10,000 people who scroll past it or just quickly view
mhm.
it, you know? So, yeah.
That's a good one.
Mm,
Let's assume once someone lands that dream media feature,
mhm.
right? What should they do next to actually turn it into business growth?
Absolutely. So, the next step is always try to have a well, before getting into a feature, make sure you have the right team in place and you are working with the right team because the right team is who is representing you in the market on a larger scale. And then turning
Hmm.
every feature into content that shares your insights, tag tag outlets and engage with discussions even. So media visibility should live beyond the article. It should fuel your
Hmm.
sales pipeline and brand authority. So, what other platforms can you leverage that article on? And what are the creative
Hmm.
ways you can use to share it?
Right.
Mhm.
Hmm. Excellent. Now, share any one transformation story where strategic PR changed the entire trajectory of a client's business or life.
I mean, I have a few that I really love. I had this really amazing one client, and she's already off to amazing things now. A few years back, I met with her. She's just in fashion, right? And she's always wanted to work her way up into Forbes. And after working with her, we got her into an amazing feature in Forbes. And that just helped kickstart many opportunities for her. She was able to land um, pl- shows, shows across the
Oh.
world actually for her product.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
now, a year and a half later, almost 2 years now, she is starting her own podcast. She's been in magazines. A lot of people are wearing her product. And it was just being able to refine her story and landing her first feature in Forbes that tipped
mhm,
her, I would say, product into the next level and her awareness because she's very unique what she creates. Not just her product, but the purpose behind what she does.
mhm.
Mhm.
Excellent. That's an amazing story. And this has been an incredible conversation so far. It's time for us to add some more spice and excitement, which means we have come to the second rapid fire round. So, you're ready? Let's get started.
Okay.
Okay. Here comes my first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Ah, this one. I'm gonna tie it back to my values, which is faith, focus, and truth.
Faith, focus, and truth. Great.
Mhm.
And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Intentional.
And your dream publication to be featured in?
I would love to be featured in, I would say Forbes as well, just for impact.
Okay. The most overrated PR advice you have ever heard?
All press is good press. That's false. Alignment really matters.
Yeah, true. And one book every entrepreneur should read.
This one's a good one for Start with Why by Simon Sinek. It's an older one, but it's a good one.
Yeah. It is timeless kind of thing, right? And then biggest pet peeve about social media culture.
Ah, Performance performance based. So how many views I have, how many likes I have, that doesn't translate. It's how many people that are truly engaging. I'd rather have 500 followers that are truly engaged than 20,000 that are just liking it for the sake of liking it.
Yeah. We believe in one thing at the Guiding Voice. Even one person or two people, if they can change something after listening to this conversation and take action, then our purpose is achieved. It goes very well with what you said. And Anna, if your life were a PR headline, what would it say?
Headline. It's going to tie into my faith again. So, faith driven woman redefines influence through integrity.
Spot on. Good one. And here comes the last one for the second rapid fire round. What is one electronic gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
Yeah. So, because today we are bombarded with a lot of ads, a lot of different types of videos, clickbait, I would love to invent a gadget that helps you focus. So, a focus filter that blocks out distraction and keeps you in flow, focus.
Indestructible device.
Ex
Wonderful.
Yeah, just put it on and you just
Love it.
blocks everything out.
Good one. And let's be back to the mainstream. So, Anna, what advice do you have for young professionals who want to build credibility without a PR budget?
Mm. So this is a really good one to tie it off, Naveen. I really like that you asked that question. If anybody's listening to this right now and you're a young professional without a budget, I would highly recommend to just start building meaningful relationships, not for reach, but for that reputation that you build and how you want to serve your audience. Just keep showing up with value and tell your story with consistency. PR isn't expensive,
Mhm,
it's earned through credibility, clarity, and courage. So don't be afraid.
mhm, mhm. Excellent. I loved all the insights. And how did you get to know about our platform?
Oh man, I'll be honest, I was sifting through and I'm just reaching out to those who seem to have interesting headlines. So yours really
Mhm.
stood out. And I
Oh,
just,
wow.
on a whim, just reached out again and put myself out there because I've been rejected quite a bit too. And I've been accepted on a few. But this is my journey at the moment. I'm also uh, walking the walk, talking the talk as I'm doing this with you as well. Uh,
Great. And how is your experience being hosted on the Guiding Voice?
I mean, it's been a wonderful experience so far. I love your energy. You're always smiling, by the way. And I think you have something great here, especially I resonate with the title, The Guiding Voice, as well. So I truly hope this reaches the right people and help the right people.
Thank you so much. And I look forward to hosting you again in future. And I wish you all the best in everything that you do. And I wish your team also all the best. Thank you so much once again for joining me today and also being part of our journey in shaping the careers and lives of millions across the globe.
Thank you so much, Naveen. It
All
was a
right.
pleasure.
Yeah. All right. So, friends, that was our episode with Anna Tran. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. If you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, please share with at least three of your friends, or colleagues, or family members who would also like TGV, the guiding voice. So, spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now it's time for us to cruise into the trivia segment of today's episode. So, having had amazing conversation with Anna about the PR strategies, I thought of presenting you two lesser known facts about PR. Did you know the term public relations was first coined by Edward Bernays in the 1920s? And he also happened to be Sigmund Freud's nephew. And here comes the fun fact: the oldest known PR firm, the Publicity Bureau, was founded in 1900 in Boston, and one of its first clients was Harvard University. Likewise, if you are aware of any interesting and lesser known facts about PR, or if you have any interesting PR strategy that worked out for you, do let me know. If you're watching this episode on YouTube, you can comment there, or if you have found this episode on Spotify or any other social media platforms, there also you can comment. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. So, folks, until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.
Bye.